Zachary Levi on AI. He had some things to say about it, and we're going to check that out.
69.
Here it is.
Okay.
You have no notes? Well, you don't need notes because it's actually just a tweet that he put out, and I think it's worth noting. So let's actually look at what he had to say. This relates to that trailer. Look at this. Y'all, I don't share posts about the progress of AI content because I like it or even think it's at this moment on par with human creativity and artistry. I share them as continuous updates in the evolutionary process of what will eventually become indiscernible from human-made art and entertainment. You can call it slop all you want, and most of it is still that, but only for now. 3 years ago, Will Smith eating spaghetti was a nightmarish fever dream. Now it's essentially found footage of actual Will Smith eating actual spaghetti based on what we're seeing currently. What does the next 3 years have in store? And this is just referring to video content. Have you listened to where AI music has gotten to recently? It's essentially already escaped the uncanny valley. Music that is so good and so full of emotion and soul that you'd have no idea it was AI unless it's clearly indicated. And even after knowing it's not human, still seems to resonate in an entertaining way. This is where we are right now. It's not going to get any worse. It will only keep getting better. We can collectively bury our heads in the sand. We can do something about it. Then he ends with a quote from Ayn Rand. You can avoid reality, but you cannot avoid the consequences of avoiding reality. Ayn Rand. So there you go. I like Zachary Levi. He has his own studio that he's building, an indie film studio. So, we'll see where this goes. I agree with him. It's only going to get better. This is what it looks like now. I think there's an argument to be made that AI could be used for special effects because CGI effects have been I can show you countless examples of bad CG where you could have used AI and it would be not only just as good, perhaps superior. Your thoughts, Alan?
Yeah, I kind of wrestle with what he says. My initial thought is AI is getting better because human creativity is getting worse. And I'll point to Starfleet Academy as an example. Where are our current writers and creatives when it comes to their understanding of the classics and why they are classics?
Yes.
And I think studying the classics has been removed from the arts. And now AI is just going to make that easier. AI music is really good. How many creatives do you know understand the circle of fifths, understand how music is created, why music is music? I think when you start trusting more in AI, you start losing the ability to understand why great things are great, or you start losing the memory of great things, which is what is currently happening. Male is stale and pale. Pale and stale. That's the thing.
What?
We are.
What? You sound like George Bush.
I know.
Fool me once.
Fool me once. Fool me again. Shame on all of us. But that's the thing is like when you hand over art to AI, you start forgetting why thirds on the thirds in an image are so important, why perspective is important. You just start trusting that the AI is going to do great art for you rather than spurring human creativity to be able to. I think it's just stunting human creativity. That's my point.
Well, let me share something. We'll discuss this Monday because I want a group to weigh in on this. This is from a guy named Huff for Congress. Now, is he running for Congress? Whatever. Point: AI is derivative slop spit out by computers. Counterpoint: here's what modern Hollywood has spent billions of dollars making over the last 10 years a thread. And he posts in this thread examples of effects from the last couple years, and they all look like shit. Look at this. Remember when this shot from Superman was criticized? Let me make that bigger. That looks, I wonder if you could have done that in AI. Here's from the Superman film reboot number 4. He points out. Let me scroll down. Another example. This is the Silver Surfer from Fantastic Four. How does that look?
Yeah,
that look good? Awful.
Looks awful.
Let me look right here. The Flash with Michael Keaton Batman. How does that look for you?
Yeah.
Look at that shot.
I mean, honestly, it looks like AI.
CG. This was AI was not used. His point is AI may be better. This is from the sequel trilogy. This is Carrie Fisher, General Leia, using the Force to go back to the ship. The Indiana Jones sequel reboot number 2. Well, he doesn't really have a shot for that.
What?
This is the Alien sequel, Aliens prequel boot. This is a shot from that. Here is the Terminator 3 attempt number 3. Here is Ant-Man 3, Marvel 31. Look at this. I think everybody criticized MODOK from this. But the point is, this is not AI. This is CG effects. So what the hell is this?
Yeah. Well, that's my point. CG effects used to be great. Maybe 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah, how have they gotten so bad? Is it?
Yeah, well, let's go to the D-Files. You had the reason why Disney animation is so awful right now is you had all these people who were dedicated artists who worked with, you worked with people who worked with Walt Disney, and you got rid of them. You forced them out of the industry. You replaced them with people who didn't know what they were doing, and now they're going to rely on AI because they don't know what they're doing. AI is great because what humans are producing is crap.
Well, I'm saying that based on what we've seen from CG artists in the last several years, I think AI is going to take over effects and obsolesce other jobs that are admin. I like Roger Avery's take during our interview. He said that AI will obsolesce a lot of the jobs of the people on the fringes that they're not really part of that process anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe some executives.
Yeah, but at the same time, like Disney, when Disney went over to computer animation, you had these artists who had to transition. They either had to quit or they had to transition, and that's happening here. If you're gonna run out of if your job's at an end, you're gonna have to learn how AI works.